I mean, I didn't really have any plans to become vegan, but like now it's kind of like I think it's maybe a viable option.
Hey man, agree or disagree?
Well, literally animals in the wild eat other animals, so how is that like?
Yeah, so animals are like, they do things because...
Technically we're animals too if you think about it too, so that's so kind of like, you know, I don't know. We're just doing like, I don't know.
So animals eat other animals in the nature because they need to survive, right?
Yeah.
A predator needs to eat animals. But do you need to? Are you in the wild?
Well, we kind of are. This is kind of their land too, if you think about it.
Yeah, but you...
kind of in the wild right now. Right now.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't call this the wild. Like, I think of like the jungle and the forest, right?
Yeah, but like...
Because you have options, right?
This used to be the wild too, and
sure.
We're technically in the wild still right now, if you think about it, because this is technically still, you know, wild. Think about it like that.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, unfortunately, like, you don't need to do this to animals. Like, you could buy vegan options, right? You could buy plant-based foods. You don't need to kill an animal to survive, right?
Yeah, that's true. But my preference is I'm not really a big vegetable eater. That's my preference. You know, I get that. You know, some people may disagree, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine if people disagree. People have options. That's why we're in a free country. You know, we have options. But you know, if we have options, you have to respect my options too. If you're by eating animals, if we're in a free country, you have to respect other people's options too, right?
So your option is to eat meat, right?
Yeah, because like I'm not a big prawn eater.
Your choice is to want to eat meat, right?
Yeah, and your choice is to eat plants. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, I respect people's choices when it doesn't involve the victim on the other end.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't, if you were to say I really want it, my choice is to abuse animals or to abuse children. Well, you would be like, what would you say to somebody that said that?
That's different. Like
how?
Well, it's different because like a child can grow into like a person who may potentially be a genius or you know, someone who can change the world.
So just to go back on that point though, what would you say to people? What about all the disabled people who can't amount to anything? Should they have less rights than those that can?
Not really, because people who may be mentally disabled can still think differently. Like I have autism, so like, and I can think differently and think of something different than someone without autism cannot think of. You know, like they can think of something differently, in a different way, right? And just because that we're possibly, you know, like disadvantaged in that option or that aspect doesn't mean that we're completely, you know, disabled, can't do crap. You know, like that's what I think of it at least.
Yeah. So you're saying, just so I can recap what you were saying, you think that just because somebody has less intelligence or less,
but like they can still be successful in their own right. Like me, I love drawing. You know,
sure.
A lot of autistic people have special interests that they focus on immensely. Mine's drawing, mine's vehicles, mine's cars. You know, and that interest can benefit the humanity by their immense knowledge and expertise in that, right? I know someone who Will is building, and they're autistic, and they're a construction worker now, and very successful in that. It's just because that they're maybe disabled in one aspect doesn't mean they're completely disabled.
No, and I agree with you, man. I absolutely. 2 points to that. So animals actually are pretty intelligent. They're as intelligent. Most like pigs, for instance, are intelligent as a 3-year-old child. Yeah. So they have intelligence. What about, like, for instance, humans who are, let's draw the scales back right down to somebody would be considered like who has no feeling in their body and they're just on their deathbed. Should we take away their life because they won't do anything?
Well, the thing is though, they may have done something good in their one point. Yeah. Like at one point they would have been healthy and they would have been possibly, you know, able to change the world, right? And as you said, with pigs, 3-year-olds, right? That 3-year-old will mature and would develop into someone who has their own feeling. Well, I guess not really animal feelings too, you know. That's not a good option, a good comparison. What I'm saying is like they have the ability to get a job, have a family, have you know, a life.
Yeah.
not real life, but you know, like what I'm saying is that like a 3-year-old can will grow into someone who has more of a chance, or more of a, I guess more of a possibility to like grow to do more things in life, I guess. And the thing is though, with animals, it's kind of hard because, you know, yes, they have feelings too, yes, they have conscience too, right? I agree. But the thing is though, in order for the person, like the baby, the 3-year-old, to live and to prosper, to possibly grow into a being who is like able to change the world and has that ability, they would have to eat meat, and they would have to eat options that may you know, take life from another being to do that, right? That's what I'm saying. And think about it like this too. That 3-year-old who ate the meat could also change the way animals live to other animals, so they can change the way that they're possibly like the animals can live there because of that 3-year-old. Think about it like that.
The what? Sorry?
The 3-year-old who ate the meat,
yep.
ate like a being, right?
Yep.
Can have the ability to change the world and change the way other animals live in a better way, because they have the knowledge and the ability to grow like that.
So why was it important for somebody to change the way animals live? To you?
Because like living conditions, all that, like they can just like revolutionize it. That 3-year-old can revolutionize the way animals can live, you know, because they have the ability to think that way, like just because they were able to grow that way because of the meat, right?
Yeah, no, okay.
It's hard for me to explain, but that's what
I think I follow what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, like, because like personally, like I think it's more not just like either. So animals, they are sentient, and we can live without them, without eating them, right?
True, yes, but like.
So like, why would we subject them to that if we don't need to even do that?
What?
Why would we subject them to that cruelty and that torture of being born just for the sole purpose of being killed when we don't need to eat them?
Well, that's the thing. I don't advocate for people strangling chickens. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that animals are being killed. The way they're being killed, basically.
Yeah.
I think they should be. They like some of them like someone maybe if they're not feeling well, like, if they're gonna die anyways by like some like infection or something, then sure we can eat them, but like.
Euthanasia.
I don't think we can kill them like a gun or something. You know, we can't do that. That's not good. I think they should be like, you know, kill. I don't know. It's tough.
So like, I mean,
it should be done in a way where it's like
humane.
Humane. Yeah.
So the word humane means to show kindness, compassionate, benevolence.
Yeah, but
it's kind of hard to do that when you're putting a knife in their neck, right?
Well, not a knife, but like, you know, it's like.
How would you kill somebody humanely?
How would I kill someone humanely?
Yeah. Well. How would you kill me humanely?
I don't know, like euthanasia. I don't know, like painless, you know.
Yeah. But like, what if I said I don't want to die?
Then it won't kill you.
Okay, so what if the animals could speak and they said to you that they don't want to die?
They can't speak though.
But what if I couldn't speak? What if I just said, or I screamed out in pain when you're starting to cut me?
Then it won't kill you.
So what do you think animals do in the slaughterhouses?
Well, I see where you're getting from, but like, I see where you're coming from. But the thing is, though, the fact is, you know, people have, you know, like preferences of what they want to eat.
Yep.
And the thing is, though, people have preferences, and some people can't even eat vegetables. Like, I know that kind of sounds crazy and all, but some people have a major distolerance of vegetables, you know, or something like that. And
is that you?
Well, sort of, yeah. Like I don't really like vegetables that much, but like there's probably some people who just can't. Maybe they're allergic to the things in plants. I don't know. But like the thing is, though,
what vegetables can you eat?
Well, I just don't really a big fan of like I don't know. It is when I eat it. It kind of like it doesn't really taste that well in my mouth. You know, I don't know. That's the thing.
Do you do your own cooking?
Sort of, yeah.
If you were to like maybe research some better recipes, would that change things?
Maybe, yeah. Like I get that the way I'm eating isn't healthy. Like I get that, you know. Yeah. I get that it's not really the most humane, I guess, way either. But it's either that or I don't eat at all, right? And I don't want to die, so you know.
Yeah, and I think what I'm hearing from you is you probably just haven't done enough research into other alternatives to
and I get that, like,
animals.
I understand also that, like, kind of like some vegans out there probably put a bad name on vegans as a whole. I get that. You're probably a nice guy. You're probably a nice guy too right now. So, like, and I don't like that either. I don't like how one bad apple ruins the whole group. I don't like that either. So, and that, I think that kind of happens with most people, like other groups too, right? Like, I don't know, like
every single group out there, like against anti-racism, anti-sexism, they all have people in the group that probably are giving a bad name to that movement. But you shouldn't just automatically assume I'm not going to become a vegan because I met a bad vegan. You would never say I'm never going to be anti-racist because I met a bad anti-racist, right?
But, like,
so why would you, you know?
Yeah, I just try not to bring that just because, like, you know, it's just a major point that, like, I see a lot of the internet and all that. But that's not why you don't want to be vegan. The reason why I don't want to be vegan is because I just can't. Like, no, it's either I throw up every time I eat food, or I don't if I eat meat.
So you can only, like, swallow, like, animals?
Not really.
Like, do you eat mashed potatoes? Do you eat fries?
Well, yeah, but I just think that, like,
corn.
The way, like the majority of things that my body can't, like, I don't know. It's difficult. Like, I'd rather some, like, another person or another group, a whole group of people become vegan rather than me, because I'm just one person. The whole group is it's like 10 people who can become vegan, and they can have a bigger difference, a bigger impact than just me, one person.
I would disagree, because I think, you know what, if you go vegan and then you start joining us on the streets or doing your own activism, it's not just one person that is changing. You are going to start to influence an exponential amount of other people, right?
Yeah, it's true, but, like, there's also the vegans who maybe don't want to be an activist, who just kind of want people to eat, right?
I get it. Yeah, there's definitely people that don't want to go on the streets and do what, like, I'm doing right now.
They don't want to, like, have a shirt that says, hey, vegan, face, you know?
Yeah, but you know what, I mean, like,
but there's some people who are proud of it, you know. I'm proud of being an artist too. I'm proud of, I like that idea of being an artist, you know. I draw the public, you know.
I would love to see some anti-vegan or anti-speciesist drawings from you. Yeah, sure. And factory farming, you know, and then
one day. Because, like, you know, I think that, like preserving animals, like, is probably one of the best things we can do. Like, preserving rare species and just animals in general. I think that's a pretty good idea, because at the end of the day, we're all animals too. We're all descendants of animals. So I think that's important to help out our cousins in the animal kingdom, right? I think that's a good idea.
100%, man. I think you made a really good point. So, like I give you some things to think about here. Obviously, I usually
you can't like, I know, you can't, like, force me to do anything.
No, I can't. I'm not trying to force you to do anything, right? I was never forced myself. When I made the switch, I made it voluntarily. Because I said, you know what, I couldn't agree with what was happening on my behalf every time I went to the supermarket. So I said to myself, if I don't agree with that, why am I paying for it still? And I gave it up.
Good for you, man.
But I'm, like, obviously, you're aware that as long as you're still paying for animal products, that abuse is still happening on your behalf, right?
No, but, like, so I get that, and I'm not proud of it either. But, you know, like, there's like some things that I just have to be complacent about, and one of them is my eating habits. I'm sorry, man. But that's the thing. Like, I can also donate to, like, you know, like a pro-animal organization that would help the animals, right? And also, you know, keep my eating habits, which is maybe not the best option, but it's probably the best option in my circumstance, my situation, if you know what I mean.
That would be like donating to, like, women's shelters, but also beating your wife, right? Well, it's like, hey, I'm doing something good, but I'm also doing something bad, right? You know?
It's not in my circumstance though. Like, if I had regular eating habits, you know, and I was all good, you know, then of course I would eat more vegetables. I would eat, you know, I would be more into the vegan options. You know, I would consider it more. But the problem is, I don't know. It's just that, like, it's just hard for me. I don't know.
I got something something for you. Do you mind if I give you a pamphlet?
Sure, why not? Feeling right.
You were saying earlier something about habits, right? Like it was just a habit that you have. It takes 21 days to break a habit and reform a new one. So if you give it a solid 21 days of saying, I'm going to eat plant-based, things are going to taste amazing to you. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to buy this at the superstore next time because I'm used to this now, eh? So then that's what I did, right? My family. So
also another thing I even mentioned was the price of vegan options. They're maybe pretty expensive too.
Yeah.
Right? Some families are pretty poor. They can't afford the vegan options, and unfortunately, like the cheaper, factory farming items, as you said, are cheaper, like at the dollar store, or maybe like at the Burger King. Those are probably cheaper than going to a Whole Foods and getting the
Whole Foods is so expensive.
I know.
What do you think? What do you think I eat?
We don't even have Whole Foods here. We go to the farmers market, but even that's probably better.
What do you think vegans eat?
Probably like, I see the lady over there eating like some salad, probably that.
That probably, she got it from that food truck was here earlier.
Yeah.
That probably cost like $10, but she splurged, right?
Yeah, well.
You know what I eat on a regular basis? Just to give it a guess.
Oh, like fruits, I don't know.
Huh? Okay, so fruit, absolutely fruit. Beans, rice, corn, pasta, potatoes, the cheapest things you can find at the supermarket.
And always like sauces that don't like, that aren't dairy based, like. Maybe like dairy products that are like, not like from a cow specifically, but like, made in a way where it tastes like dairy, I guess. So it kind of gives the same feeling, maybe like that.
So my dairy alternative, if I want to have something that tastes like dairy, is Daya cheese or Daya salad dressing. That's plant-based. So plant-based dairy you can look for, and they're pretty much on par with what you would find anywhere at the supermarket.
Don't get the wrong idea. I do eat some crap, like beef and all that. But don't get but not all meat eaters are like evil, like all that.
I don't think you're evil, man. I don't.
It's just like, I don't know. I find that like it's a stigma, I don't know.
And I think there definitely are some vegan activists that just like, you murder and stuff like that. That does nothing, right? I never do that, right? So I just want to have chats with you. And then I think that goes a longer way, showing you like, this is my perspective. And then hopefully I have a question for you. So like, after we've spoken now for about, 20 minutes, something like that? Where were you before in terms of 1 to 10 going vegan and to now?
I mean, I didn't really have any plans to become vegan, but like now it's kind of like, I think it's maybe a viable option. Like if I see what's out there in the woodwork, to see what kind of options are there out there, then I can maybe give it a shot. We'll see.
Hey man, Avery, that was amazing conversation. I'll let you get on with your day, but thanks for stopping and talking with me.
I'll definitely look at that card too.
And if you have any questions at all after the fact, Edmonton Vegan Outreach.
Okay.
Just look at our YouTube channel. Send away.
All right,
we'll answer you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Cheers.
Thanks for looking at this on the side,
Have a good one, Avery.